No, I mean, no, we've not heard much from the Democrats. They're too busy licking their wounds and trying to figure out which way they need to conduct their party. But look, are they happy about the fact that Kamala Harris was blown out? No, they're not. But is anybody thinking that they're going to do anything about it? No, they're not. Donald Trump's going to be the president of the United States. He's going to get these elections certified on January 6th. He's going to get inaugurated on January 20th. The Democrats aren't going to like it. But those are the breaks, because they had an opportunity to run this country. And what they did was they ran it into the ground. Massively open borders, foreign policy that's a mess, massive inflation, censoring the American people. The list goes on and on. The American people rejected what the radical left was doing and gave Donald Trump a political mandate. So whether it's Jamie Raskin or any of the Democrats that are going to be upset on January 6th, you only have yourself to blame. You did a terrible job. The American people wanted change, and change is coming in the form of Donald Trump. Part of this election was a rejection of this radical gender ideology from the left. It was a major rejection. You're starting to see Democrat officials now are trying to hedge their bets or move their position real quick, not understanding that, it's 2024 and we basically know everything you said and everything you voted for. But they're trying to adjust their position because of how out of step with normal people those positions are. So let's say you're in a state with a Democrat governor, like, I don't know, Arizona, I don't know where I am, I don't know. But let's say you're in a state like that. They have to be careful about how far they want to push, because the voters were sounded this out loud and clear. And I think part of President Trump's coalition was non-traditional Republicans, in part because of radical gender policy. And so I think in blue states in particular, they're going to start following the lead of Florida in part on some of this, because if they don't, man, what's her name? Hobbs? Is that your governor's name out here in Arizona? Yeah, that lady's got to go anyway. Let's talk about the real stuff. We wouldn't have had this election victory if it wasn't for all of you. You all collectively did the work that I can't do, that Donald Trump can't do, that J.D. Vance can't do. You were in your communities, in your schools, and your colleges, talking to your friends. You were knocking doors and making phone calls, talking to your neighbors. Oh, we got a phone caller over there. Hey, man. You were doing that work. But see, if you want to have the golden era of America, yes, it starts in about a month, but it doesn't stop there. What's in front of us is the largest political movement that this nation has ever seen. But that movement starts working also in about a month. You see, if you really want to win the future of our nation, it requires building the relationships that we need in every community in America. It requires the advocacy we must have in every community in America. It requires having people decide, you know what? These people who wear red hats, or these people who go to Turning Point, or these people who call themselves America Firsters or Tea Partiers, or they want to make America great again, they're just like me. They want common sense to reign in America.
Oh boy, could not wait to get into this one, you guys. Shout out to them beautiful patriots around the world, man. My brothers and sisters, I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in them beautiful patriots' life. I love you guys, man. One love to the human race, and I encourage y'all to spread that love. But Brian Donalds, he's also trending right now, and a lot of people are saying all kind of things. Speaker of the House. What do y'all think of that, man? What do you think of Brian Donalds, period, man? Let me know in the comment section down below. But it's a lot of things trending right now. His name came up as well as Mike Johnson today. And yeah, this thing's getting spicier and spicier, man. And you see the Biden administration, these Democrats are going out with a bang. An absolute disgrace, man. Incompetent. One of the worst administrations ever. Biden, we still don't know who's running the country. Who's calling the shots? I mean, this is a disgrace, man. Ice cream, chocolate syrup, and sprinkles all on the floor. They ought to be ashamed of themselves, y'all. But there's a lot of big things in this video right here in this interview. So let's go and jump into this. You got to hear this. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And let's see what's going on, baby.
and Florida Congressman Byron Daniels. Congressman, let me begin with you. The go to hell remark is right on target when you think about the people that Biden commuted death penalty sentences. I mean, some of these people are ruthless, despicable, heinous child killers, who abducted and raped and murdered. In one case, they cut a little girl's throat because she had seen her mother's murder committed by the same man 4 days earlier. And yet, the families of these victims are outraged. They're angry about it. Apparently, Joe Biden didn't even talk to them or consult them. What does it say about the outgoing president?
A disgrace, man. Criminal pardoning criminals. I mean, I just. But then again, he might not even know if he even made the decision himself. He don't even know if he made the decision. Unbelievable, man. 81 million. A cheap fake, a deep fake. And he don't even know he don't even know what's going on, probably. It's sad, man. It really is, y'all. I know y'all be laughing, but it really is sad, man. We've seen criminals just walking around smiling, elderly abuse. I mean, it's just a disgrace, man.
Well, first of all, I hope everybody had a great Christmas. Congratulations to Sean Hannity on the announcement of your engagement. Congratulations to you and Ainsley. Look, I think what's happening with Joe Biden, nobody thinks he even knows about these clemencies or these pardons. This is the radical left staff that has been running this administration for the last 4 years. And so I agree with President Trump in what he said about these 37 individuals who've been granted clemency. This is outrageous. They should not have a Merry Christmas, to be perfectly blunt with you. But this is because we have the radical left doing all the things they've been wanting to do for a very long time on their way out the door, while Joe Biden's at the beach or taking a nap or whatever it is he's doing.
Do you think
this
he had
is a travesty.
any idea
we are
what he
a
was
country
doing?
that doesn't have a president right now.
Do you think he had any idea what he was doing?
Say that again, Greg.
Do you think he knew what he was signing,
I don't think
what
he knew
was
what he was doing. No, I don't.
No.
Tommy, the State Department has now shut down this hideous center called the Global Engagement Center. What it really was a bureau that was blacklisting conservatives, suppressing their speech. Does this, do you think, mark a new era of free speech protections under Donald Trump?
I think Donald Trump's going to do whatever he can to protect free speech. And I know that that's something that's very important to him, as it is for all true Republicans and conservatives and patriots in this country, hopefully on the left and the right. But I'll tell you this, as someone who was personally censored during the pandemic by the White House, by the Biden White House, directing social media companies to personally censor me and to monkey with the algorithm so that my content was demoted or not seen by my followers, this is really near and dear to my heart. And I think anytime a government official, at least in this current administration, tells you something is misinformation or disinformation or a cheap fake or deep fake, well, I think we know all about that at this point. And anytime they tell you something is likely a conspiracy theory, you might want to check into that as well, because it seems like all of those things keep coming true. It's a great victory. We're wasting millions of dollars on that worthless agency, as we are wasting on many other worthless agencies. We can't wait for January 20th. We can't wait for Doge. And we can't wait for the American people to once again come first in our own country, a radical concept that the leftist, activist journalists don't seem to like, but it's coming, and it's coming quickly, and Donald Trump will be unstoppable.
Amen.
Jason, Guatemala, I think, caught a lot of people by surprise, saying, we'll accept the people that you deport. Is Donald Trump, before he's even been sworn in, having a fairly dramatic effect on illegal immigration?
Oh, from the moment he was elected, he's done more to secure our border and take care of the United States on all fronts. I mean, yeah, Guatemala, he put Mexico on notice. The flow slowed down there. Justin Trudeau up in Canada came running to Mar-a-Lago, pleading, hoping that he could have a moment of the president's time. I think he's put China on notice as it relates to the Panama Canal. He's demanded that our hostages be released by Hamas, promising, all kinds of chaos to go on in the Middle East if those hostages are not returned. He's put Iran on notice. He wants to talk to North Korea, wants to talk to the Russians. I mean, this is what an active president should be doing. But it's so oblivious to the Biden and Harris administration. They're just left. Remember, they promised us, they told us that the Middle East was the calmest it had ever been, only to have the October massacre happen just literally like 2 weeks later. So, Again, Donald Trump can't be in office soon enough.
Congressman, I was really taken aback by this column in The Hill, which said that Democrats, sort of can and should disqualify Trump as an insurrectionist under the meaning of the Constitution. It's utterly absurd, quite frankly, and I know a thing or two as a lawyer about the Constitution. Are you hearing anything on the other side of the aisle about this? And, maybe from people like Jamie Raskin, who I recall in 2017 challenged Trump's electors and tried to install Hillary Clinton as president.
No, we've not heard much from the Democrats. They're too busy licking their wounds and trying to figure out which way they need to conduct their party. But look, are they happy about the fact that Kamala Harris was blown out? No, they're not. But is anybody thinking that they're going to do anything about it? No, they're not. Donald Trump's going to be the president of the United States. He's going to get these elections certified on January 6th. He's going to get inaugurated on January 20th. The Democrats aren't going to like it. But those are the breaks, because they had an opportunity to run this country. And what they did was they ran it into the ground. Massively open borders, foreign policy that's a mess, massive inflation, censoring the American people. The list goes on and on. The American people rejected what the radical left was doing and gave Donald Trump a political mandate. So whether it's Jamie Raskin or any of the Democrats that are going to be upset on January 6th, you only have yourself to blame. You did a terrible job. The American people wanted change, and change is coming in the form of Donald Trump.
Tommy, the hysteria, Tommy, over Trump's victory is not limited to MSNBC and CNN. Now colleges and universities are telling their international students, you've got to come back here before Trump issues a travel ban, ignoring the fact, of course, that he has said no such thing, that these are people with visas to be here, and that Trump has actually gone so far as to say, if you graduate from college, I'm going to make sure you get green cards so you can stay here and work. What do you make of this?
Yeah, Donald Trump wants the best and the brightest to remain in this country. I don't think he has much love for those who are chanting anti-Semitic and anti-Israel remarks on college campuses. Those individuals might have to worry about their status if they're not, in fact, a U.S. citizen. But I'll also say this. I think a lot of this hysteria exists, of course, in Washington, D.C. It exists in liberal media, MSNBC, CNN, maybe the Washington Post, L.A. Times, and it exists on academic institutions. But I think everywhere else, even Democrats have accepted the fact that Donald Trump is the president, going to be the president again. They've accepted the fact that they lost. They've accepted the fact that the party has gone way too far to the left. And I think actually the everyday Democrats in the streets in our many cities and towns, I think that they're actually excited about Donald Trump. I think all that hysteria has melted away, and they want to see what this man can do. They might not openly admit it, but I think that they are excited as well. It's a major vibe shift from 2017, 2020. This is a new era, and I think everyone should be joyful.
Jason, I had to laugh, and you probably do too, when you saw the LA Times article about, what will the military do if Trump issues unconstitutional orders. Is this the usual irrational fear and loathing, or Trump derangement syndrome 2.0?
Yeah, it totally is. Trump derangement syndrome it's full and alive and well. There are people that just cannot figure out the president of the United States.
Stage 5. Yeah, stage 5. We see tons of people now with stage 5. Ooh, I didn't think we were gonna get that bad, but stage 5 is out there now, y'all.
2/3 of the country knew that we were off track. They said they wanted to change, and they could never figure that out. And the Democrats, through all these issues, everything we've been talking about tonight, they're void of ideas. Not only do they're rudderless and they don't have a leader, but they don't have any ideas that are popular with the American people. So what are they going to do? Do what they always do. Just jump at the boogeyman. They're always scared. Oh, what if Trump does this? What if Trump does that? He lives rent-free in their brains, and it's the funniest thing to watch because they just can't figure it out. And, Donald Trump loves America. He wants to make America great again. He wants to enforce the law, radical things like that.
Yeah,
Enforce
Democrats
the law.
want to make America terrible again.
Common sense,
like the last
man.
4 years. Byron Daniels, many.
Man. Say Daniels. Donald's a Daniels. What the hell? Did he say Daniels? But anyways, man, I love y'all. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. And one love to the human race, man. We'll see what takes place January 6th. January 20th can't get here any faster. And I'll catch you beautiful people in the next one. Peace and love, y'all.